Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. Today we're going to dive into the weekly reading for the collective. So this is a reading for all of us, and we're going to be talking about the energy that we're feeling, what's going on with the energy, what we need to do to best navigate this week, and what messages the angels have for us for this week. So before we dive into it, I do want to highlight, I'm talking about this week, but I do want to highlight that over there on my membership site, I have the whole overview of September. So it's the September reading where I go through important dates, I go through what's going on with the energy, and it breaks it down. It goes through the entire month of September, what you need to know, and what that looks like from as an overview, and what are the important messages and the important things you need to know as you're navigating throughout the month. So I do the weekly readings here, and then I have over on my membership just that overview, which I think is great and detailed and super helpful. So I have that. I have and this is, my membership has recently launched. So many of you have already joined, and I'm loving it. I'm loving sharing with all of you. So I have energy sessions on there, I have classes on there, I have group coaching sessions on there, and it really was created because I recognize, number one, I don't have time in my schedule to schedule everyone, but at the same time, I also, not everybody is able to afford the things that I'm doing. So I wanted to be able to offer an option where people could pay a really low monthly fee. It's only $9.99, and get access to all of this information that I'm sharing. So I'm really proud of it. I hope, if you haven't joined yet, make sure that you join. I actually am running a promotion this month. So if you join with a friend, just send me a message, let me know that you're joining together. You both will get this month free. So, or if you're already a member, because a lot of you are already members and you're making referrals to your friends, let me know if you referred someone, because whenever your monthly payment comes around, I will make sure that you get that for free. So thank you guys so much for the referrals that you've already sent. I'm so thankful. I'm so appreciative of that. I also do want to highlight, before we dive into this week's energy, that the September tarot scopes are going to be slowly coming in over on my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you get yourself subscribed so that you get, and hit that bell so you can get the notifications for when I upload new videos there. So let's dive in to this week's energy. This is, as we are getting ready to start September, as we're moving into this early part of September, I do feel like the energy is a little scrambled, right? I think that we're supposed to feel a little lost right now. And if you don't feel lost, fantastic, right? But I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people are feeling like they're not sure exactly what direction to go in, or there have been circumstances, I feel like, in the past couple weeks that have really stirred things up and have made it like difficult to get clear on some things, difficult to know what to do. And so know that this energy is purposeful. This energy is about highlighting for us some things that are important. And I feel like in this case, it's going to be the reason why it's so confusing, is going to be really different on an individual level. Hi, Mike. Nice to see you on here. But I feel like part of this is just in helping us to know ourselves and to know who we are and what we want moving forward in a deeper way. I've said this in some of the tarot scopes that I filmed, because I do feel like this is kind of a September collective energy, is this recognition that we're not the same person that we were even 2 months ago. Even if you look at yourself 2 months ago, you can see where there have been changes. You can see where you're handling things differently. And so it makes sense that our vision for where we want to go is maybe going to look a little different. So I feel like some of the purpose in feeling lost, some of the purpose in feeling confused is like to take a look at, where do I want to go next? And maybe I thought I was totally going in this direction, and then the universe hit me with a detour, and now I'm like, well, what now? But these detours are important. This confusion is important because we're always being led, and I feel like this is leading our more authentic, genuine self, right? I think some things have been uncovered over the past couple of months that have helped us to truly understand and to truly strengthen ourselves so that we can be prepared to honor our most authentic self and what it is that we really want. And so I feel like some of this confusion is forcing us to kind of take a look at that and figure out what else needs to go, what else needs to change, what do I really want? We've been exploring this for quite some time, but I feel like this is really helping to strengthen that process, right? And for me, we've shifted into Virgo season, and for me, Virgo season is very practical, right? And very focused around making purposeful use of our time. And so I also feel like you might feel lost, but paying attention to what it is that you feel like you need to be working on right now. We're getting ready, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, to step into another Mercury retrograde on the 27th of September. So we've got a little time, right? So this is like that preparation. This is that period where we are going to be taking action, but I feel like in some ways we're going to be taking action with not a whole lot of clarity. I do feel like as we step out of this week, it's going to get a little bit better, but I just feel like when we're lost like this, we begin to put out different signals to the universe, and we begin to kind of, it's almost like, you know, when your phone is looking for Wi-Fi, right? And so when it's not connected to Wi-Fi, it starts to put out a signal. It starts to search and it starts to search. And I feel like that's kind of what our souls are doing, where we're not connected maybe in the same ways that we have been because we've chosen to unplug in a lot of ways. And so now we're searching. And when we are meant to connect with information, clarity, connect with people, whatever it is that we're meant to connect with, that signal eventually is going to connect. So we have to sort of trust that for now, that energy is going to be kind of searching. And I can tell you guys what, so Tuesdays are usually super busy for me. Well, most days that I'm at work are pretty back to back in terms of clients. So I always come back to my phone and I have an insane amount of messages, and I can already tell you guys when I got my phone ready to do this video, I could see it was like, what do I do about this? What do I do about this? And my response, by the way, is probably going to be, what is your intuition telling you? Because we need to be focusing on our own intuition right now. This is an opportunity as we're searching, as that signal is going out, is like, what is your signal connecting with? What is, when you put those questions out there, what is your answer? What answer are you getting? Because your intuition, my intuition is never going to be better than your intuition, even though, I've worked on fine tuning that, right? Listen to your intuition, pay attention to what that's telling you. And it's okay for you to not have the answers right now. In fact, it is the energy right now. So just let it be and let it show itself. Let those answers, let that signal come in when it's time, when you're supposed to have that message, right? So there's this energy of maybe feeling unclear. You might feel a little depressed. Some people may feel a little depressed in this energy too, because it is a little like, meh, but that's okay too. It's all okay. It's all helping to show us. And I feel like on a collective level too, that there's so much that's happening in the world right now. And we're really being bombarded with messages that certain powers that be would like for us to believe or would like to create as a narrative. And I really challenge you to take a look at some of that and to go within, because yes, it's important to stay connected to what's going on. And yes, it's important to have an understanding of that. But I want you to always go within and ask yourself, what's actually going on here? And what do I really feel? And what does my intuition tell me is happening here? And where do maybe what I had thought I believed and my intuition, where do those things not match? So just pay attention. I think it's important that we're asking questions right now. I think it's also important that we are pulling our energy back and that we're going within. And so less time watching the news, less time being caught up in debates, less time, just like really getting caught up in those things that make us feel yuck, right? And more time going within and understanding that the best news, the best answers are always going to come from within. So during times like this, I think it's more important than ever that we are taking that time to spend time in our own energy and to listen to our soul and to see what's coming. And I'll give you a hint. Some of it isn't as scary as it appears. When you really can go within and you can release all of the fear, you can understand that you're always supported, that you're always loved, you're always being guided, and we don't have to be so afraid. And we definitely do not want to be contributing to divide right now. There's so much energy around divide, and it just hurts my heart and my soul, to be honest with you, to see some of these things that people are saying to each other, or the way that we are all in our own ways contributing to divide. And it's more important now than ever to come together and to love each other, even if we disagree. And you don't have to you can love from afar. It doesn't even have to be your love, right? It's God's love anyway. It's divine love. But can we just kind of hold each other in a higher vibrational energy? And can we hold each other in divine love? And I know that I keep saying it, but that's the message that I get again and again and again. And that is truly what is going to change this world for the better. And if we had mastered that before, I feel like the world wouldn't look the way that it looks, but I think that a lot of this is happening to really highlight that need for us to be united and to love each other and to hold each other in divine love, even if sometimes we don't like each other very much. So let's take a look at the cards. I'm sorry, I know that's kind of intense, but it's just always there in my mind for me, and it's so important, and it's more important than all of this stuff that is being presented to us on the surface. Look below the surface. So let's take a look at the cards. We have the Three of Cups card. So there are some things with this Three of Cups like that we may want to be celebrating, but I feel like this is like you celebrating small wins. Okay, so how are you a different person than you were 2 months ago? And what work have you been doing? And that can feel heavy. I've been doing a lot of shadow work this year, a lot. And I've had to do a lot of going within, and that isn't like the sunshine and rainbows stuff. It's tough and it's heavy, but you know what? Like, I feel proud of myself for this work that I've been doing, because it isn't easy, and it is easier to kind of just ignore it and to just get through the day and do the things that you need to do through the day and just ignore the feelings that are coming up and the work that needs to be done. But when we can do that, we want to celebrate it, and we want to acknowledge the ways that we have developed ourselves. And by the way, a lot of times we're developing and we're growing through the challenge, right? It doesn't always feel great. And so celebrate your small wins. Recognize them for yourself. Recognize them for your friends. Say, hey, I noticed how much progress you've made over the past couple months. It is so helpful when someone just says something positive to you to lift you up, right? That's part of how we can be sharing love with each other right now, is saying something positive, saying something loving. There's a lot of negativity, so how can we balance it out with something that we truly mean, but how can we be more loving to each other and celebrate ourselves and each other? We also have the Seven of Swords in reverse. I feel like this is a message of maybe situations in the past where you have been deceived, where you haven't seen something clearly, where you trusted in something or someone and they let you down. And there may be, for some of us, people or circumstances trying to come back in. And this is really like a double check from the universe. It's saying, are you sure that you're done with this? Are you sure that you're no longer allowing this bullshit in your life anymore? And the answer to that is yes, by the way. I will tell you that answer, right? If we can get there. So we really want to make sure that we're not falling back into old patterns, old ways, or old stuff that's trying to come back around, that really is going to give us more of the same. We have progressed, we have changed, we are no longer the same person that we were, and we need to honor that, and we need to make choices for ourselves that are different, are better, are coming from a place of wisdom and knowing. So I really see that for us. We are done with this Eight of Swords in reverse. We're done being trapped and blindfolded, right? We're done giving away our freedom. We're done giving away our sovereignty. We're done with, we're done turning a blind eye to certain things. So I do see that becoming pretty clear this week. And again, you may feel confused about that, but this is about your standards, and where are your standards, and what are you willing to allow in your life, and what are you no longer allowed to, or what are you no longer willing to allow in your life? Because when you raise your standards with people, with the universe, they all will rise to meet that. But we want to make sure that we are raising our standards. But I do feel like we kind of are maybe this week saying, you know what, I'm really fed up with this. And if we stay in that I'm fed up with this energy, and we stay in the negativity around that, we'll stay there, and that'll be the energy. But if we say, you know what, I'm recognizing through this that I deserve better for myself, or that I'm no longer going to slip into old patterns, old habits, that is going to help elevate us. We're really preparing. October is going to be really big with some big major shifts for us. And I feel like this is like the foundational work that we need to do to get us there. The next card that we have here is the Ace of Swords in reverse. Clear, not feeling clear, not feeling like we have the answers that we need. That's okay. Be okay with not having the answers that you need right now. It's okay. Let that happen. It is purposeful. But then, so we shift out of that energy, and then as we get toward the end of the week, things are feeling a little bit better. We have the new moon coming up on the 6th, okay? I really feel like if you can make that a day where you take some time to just set your intentions for yourself, like we always want to do around the new moon. But I really feel like it's going to be a very reflective new moon, okay? So again, it's like, what do I really want? And that's like this whole energy coming to a head, and you're taking what you now understand around this new moon, and you're setting intentions for yourself with that. And it's like you're setting intentions for your life from this new version of you, this more developed version of you that has been developing over the past couple months. And through that, we are accessing this beautiful 10 of Pentacles energy, right? This is having the things that we want, having things manifest for us, feeling stable, feeling secure, feeling, connecting with people in our life that are willing to give us that, or making connections with people who bring a stability and a support, and who are truly there for us, right? And this also can be money coming in as well. So you may find that some really nice things are coming into your experience. And then last card we have here is the Fool card. Actually, I have a couple other theme cards as well. So we have the Fool card, starting out on a new journey. So for those of you who are right on the edge of starting something new, you may find that there are opportunities for that. You may find that you just feel ready to go for something, on it as we get to the end of this week, where you're like, you know what, I get it now, and I'm ready to step into this. The theme cards that we pulled here, we pulled the Look Up card. All of this is about deepening and developing our faith and our connection, and really opening that intuitive channel for ourselves, so that we are hearing our messages, so that we are connecting with our own guidance. Because when you can connect with your own intuitive guidance and you can just trust it, that is like usually the biggest block, is just trusting it. When you can connect with that guidance and trust it, that is really going to set you up to have your most joyful, happiest, most successful life. And the last card that we have is communication. So I feel like with this, like maybe there's been an important communication that some of us have been waiting for in some way. Maybe a healing communication, maybe a communication that brings us clarity, some kind of a communication that's coming in that's either we've been waiting on, or it is going to bring us clarity, or it is maybe even surprising, but it feels really positive. Like it moves things in a direction that are really positive. And keep in mind that sometimes that communication may not be positive, but it may set off a really positive chain of events in our life that are for our highest and best. So pay attention to the communication that's coming in, and know whatever that is, it is moving things in motion for our highest and best good. So those are the messages that I have for you guys this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you comment below. I always love to hear from you guys. And if it connects for you, maybe even share it. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing. I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care, guys.